Today, we're diving into a really chilling story about a late night study session that turned into a terrifying brush with a local legend. Seriously, think about it. That deep, kind of spooky silence when everyone's gone? Well, for one student, studying late for finals led to an encounter they would absolutely never forget.
Okay, so let's set the scene. It's finals week. You know the vibe. The pressure is on. A student, desperate for some peace and quiet, decides to hit the library and take advantage of its late hours to really cram.
So hours just fly by, right? You get in the zone. Lost in their textbooks, the student finally glances at the clock, and it's 10 p.m. That familiar buzz of the library? Gone. It's been replaced by this heavy, eerie silence. And they realize they're the only one left.
And this is the exact moment the atmosphere shifts from just quiet to something deeply, deeply unsettling. Can you imagine? In the dead quiet of this huge library, all you hear is this one distinct rhythmic sound, a limp. It's so jarring, so out of place that it just triggers that fight or flight response. The student, totally freaked out, frantically starts packing up their stuff to get out of there. But of course, leaving isn't gonna be that simple. To get to the exit, they first have to walk down this super long, totally empty school hallway. You know the kind, where every little sound echoes and every shadow plays tricks on your eyes. So as they're rushing down this hall, they see a figure, a woman, standing way at the other end. They call out, who's there? And just like that, in a blink, she's gone. Vanished. Thinking the worst is over, the student bursts through the front doors, so relieved to be outside. But as they step onto the pavement, they realize the real horror was actually just beginning. The first thing that hits them is how weirdly quiet it is outside, too. This street, which is normally pretty busy with cars and people, even late at night, is completely unnaturally deserted. That feeling of being totally alone just gets so much worse. And as the student starts to walk, this long shadow stretches out in front of them. They look up, and there she is again, a woman, up ahead. And the details of her appearance are just horrifying. She looks like she has a disability. She's struggling just to walk. Her clothes are all tattered and dirty. Her hands and feet look twisted, and her hair is just this tangled mess. Every single instinct is just screaming at them to get away. The thing is, this figure is moving so slowly that the student catches up to her almost immediately. But they're way too terrified to actually walk past her, so they just stop. Frozen right there on the sidewalk, trapped behind this limping woman. Okay, so now we get to the climax of this whole thing. This is where just watching turns into a full-on horrifying interaction. The woman slowly turns around, and she asks this question that is so bizarre, so completely out of context, that the student's brain just short circuits. They can't speak. They're just frozen solid, completely numb with shock. Unable to even form a word, the student has this desperate, panicked reaction. All they want is for this woman to go away, so they just point. They point off into the distance, far away. And the woman, she just turns and starts her slow, painful limp in that direction until she eventually fades into the darkness. So, a wave of relief starts to wash over the student. They turn to run, and at that exact moment, a blood-curdling scream echoes from where the woman disappeared. The words are crystal clear and absolutely terrifying. She is here. And then, everything just goes black. The next thing they know, this student is waking up at home. Turns out, a neighbor found them passed out on the street. And it's this neighbor who finally provides the haunting backstory that connects all the terrifying pieces of this puzzle. That limping figure? She has a name, Agatha. And she's not just some random ghost. No, she's a well-known local legend, a spirit tied to the Eden Hill School area by an absolutely unbearable grief. And this timeline, this explains the heartbreaking origin of the whole story. See, back in 1998, Agatha's 10-year-old daughter was a student at that very school. She died in a tragic accident while playing with friends. Agatha, her mother, was so devastated she could never recover from the loss. And now, they say her spirit wanders the area, forever searching for the child she can never find. And that right there is how a local legend gets started, isn't it? It's born from tragedy and it's kept alive by a mix of fear and, well, empathy. It leaves us with this final haunting question. Was the student being tormented by some evil spirit? Or did they just happen to cross paths with the tragic echo of a mother's love, a love so powerful that not even death could end her search?